Hey YouTube. Well, I got two subjects. Well, first one, there was one I was sent yesterday regarding that the ground is sinking in Utah. Maybe there is a link to that. State Representative Jonathan Stickland Bedford introduced HB 3916 that would cut off water and electricity utility services to all NSA data collecting centers in Texas. Several other states have filed similar legislation which could stop providing utilities to NSA facilities, hindering their ability to unconstitutionally collect data. And yeah, NSA is violating the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment has always been the top priority for Representative Stickland. I was sent to Austin to fight for the liberties and privacy of all Texans, and this bill does just that, Stickland said. He is also cited in the Pew Research Center polls showing that most Americans oppose the unconstitutional warrantless metadata surveillance program. The proper role for the government is to protect the privacy and liberties of its citizens, Stickland stated. The Fourth Amendment is clear. A warrant is required in order to collect or monitor individuals' personal information. Last session, Representative Stickland led the fight in the passing of one of the strongest privacy protections in the nation on the state level with his email privacy bill that required a warrant for state police to access electronic data. Stickland continues to stand up for the privacy of all Texans while serving in Austin. Yeah, Texas is America. I wish that the other states would join up in the feeling of being America. Stickland stated, "It is my duty to protect the people of Texas against tyranny and violations on their right to privacy, even if it's coming from the federal government." Jonathan Stickland represents District 92 in Texas House. His district includes Hearst, Euless, Bedford, and portions of Fort Worth, Arlington, and Grand Prairie. More information regarding blah blah blah. Well, the links are there. And let's take a look at the bill. It's not all in the picture, but most of it, or the most important thing, is on line 16, section 580, blah blah, providing water and electric utility service to certain federal agencies prohibited. So that will be bulk telephone, email, records, related metadata concerning any citizens of the United States, and that claims that the legal authority to collect and store the bulk telephone or email records or metadata concerning any citizens of the United States without the citizen's consent or a search warrant. That describes, let's go to the next one, it will be 25 I hope. Well, you pretty much understand what this is about. This is about Fourth Amendment and nothing else. And NSA is violating that amendment right in the open. And I believe Eric Snowden, he also spoke about that. But in reality, as he says, that we are afraid of them, right? Or what they can do to us. But reality is that the Obama administration is afraid of us. And that is why they have put this big apparatus in motion, because they are scared, because they know through their collecting of metadata, email data, that the people are beginning to wake up to the fact that we are living in a sort of fascist, communist regime, a giant empire of, murder. There is 900 bases in worldwide, in 150 countries, owned and controlled by United States of America. That means that's an empire, much larger than England has ever been. But England and United States are still very tied together. We just are led to believe this independence. It is not so independent as you think or want to think. But we have a problem with NSA here. NSA, oh, that was not the one. There it is. Here. New Utah NSA Center requires 1.7 million gallons of water daily to operate. So, how much is that? Well, 1.7 million gallons is this in square feet, or cubic feet actually. It's cubic feet, and that's quite a lot. And then we have a report here from channel 13 from Utah that the ground is sinking, and with this vast amount of water which is being sucked out of the ground in order to cool down these machines, these quantum computers that NSA is using in Utah, that leaves a cavity behind. And if they are not putting anything in like in the oil industry, pumping in while they're sucking out to equal the low pressure that will be avoiding a sinkage, avoiding a disaster. In this case, this is not being done. They're just sucking out 1.7 million gallons of water every day for their machines to spy illegally on all of you. And there's a report to that too, and links to all that. There's a lot of stuff here. But we might have an ecological disaster due to NSA facility in Utah. As you can see here, the ground is sinking, and the report says that this is over a couple of years, but the Utah facility is a new facility, and they are having an unexpected usage of water. So I assume and I foresee that this sinkage of the ground will be much more protracted, and it will make it very dangerous for anyone to live in the area, or it will be plain stupid to move in there and put a house up, because your house might be gone the next day because the land suddenly shifted. So they're just sucking up all the information on you as they go, right? Illegally, unconstitutionally, violation of the Fourth Amendment, and at the same time they're destroying the ground you're walking on. That's just much like the fracking industry, how they are destroying the ground. I wish that Texas would mount up and do the same as they did in Oklahoma, and that is to ban fracking, because fracking is dangerous. You pumping toxic materials down into our aquifers, you expand it with high pressure, you're cracking the ground, leaving the ground brittle. And in Texas we have had around Irving area a series of earthquakes, small tremors, rushing all the way up to Bridgeport. My wife felt it, and that's pretty good distance. That's 60 miles away from the epicenter, and she felt it. And when you're doing such things to the ground in order for profit, and you're not doing anything to prevent that there could be any consequences by what you're doing just for profit, well, you see where it's going, right? But we cannot stop them. If you follow the scriptures, it's going to be what it is going to be. But it doesn't mean that you cannot fight. And I mean fight, literally, for your freedom and your right to exist as a human being. And no one should have the right over your temple with vaccines, as an example, or any right to tell you where to live and not to live, and how much water you can use. Water is a human right, but Nestle's CEO thinks that that is not true, that water is not a natural human right. Okay. Meaning that he's actually saying that you can just die of thirst. He don't care. He is the 175th largest business on this planet, Nestle. You should boycott them. I'm serious, you should boycott Nestle. And then I have something else here on the end. We know CERN has just fired up, or it's beginning to fire up, and on the 15th it's going to be at 100%. And they're looking for this Higgs boson, the God particle. And I don't exactly think that it's what they're looking for. Maybe it is, but I think they're looking for something more serious. As you saw in my video yesterday, that I believe that CERN and the coming earthquake in California is tied together. Tom looks you here. I have a link. All the links are there. I suggest you go read it. It's not extensive, but I demand you go enlighten yourself and find out that something is amiss here, people. Well, we all know about Tesla. Or some of you know about Tesla. Those of you who don't know about Tesla, I suggest you go learn about what he knew and what he actually had to provide to humanity to create eternal energy for free for us, but were excluded from that opportunity by Chase Bank, because they wouldn't make money on it. Free energy don't bring in any money except you buy the apparatus. But with h.a.a.r.p. and with Tesla technology, and also with the use of Einstein's theory of relativity, relativity theory about energy, E equals mc squared, Tesla waves can be created with h.a.a.r.p. with the standing cell phone towers called Gwen towers, G-W-E-N towers, look it up. They can establish standing waves in the earth and in the ionosphere, meaning our ozone layer, tap energy from Earth's core, travel faster or slower than light, change rate of time flow, affect all fields including gravity, commute between virtual and observable. So here they can, if they want, and I believe they want to do that, because they are about utter destruction, these people. They are prepared to do whatever it takes, and I mean whatever it takes, to drive humanity to ask for a new world order and a system of a federal government and a worldwide body to ensure your safety. You will ask and beg for it. If you don't believe and trust in our Lord, you will be the one on your knees asking the Obama administration to help them or help you. You won't ask God, our Creator. You won't ask Jesus for help. You will ask a human being for help, an apparatus for help. And what was it, Jesus, he said to you? And he said several times, trust no man. See to that you not deceive. What was it God commanded? See to you don't believe a lie. So they will call an eventual San Andreas earthquake or any other large disaster as a natural phenomenon, and it totally surprised them. There was also a Nostradamus prophecy that says, leave Geneva, and he warned about a certain ray called ray pos, and ray pos means ray positive, and what is being fired inside CERN in Geneva, in Switzerland, Geneva, a hydrogen positive proton, and they're going to collide that. But they can create waves with that too, because it's electromagnetism, and electromagnetism is a very, very vast field of frequencies, very spanning very wide, and they can use that to make the earth oscillate, and they can change the rate flow, they can change the fields including gravity, They can commute between virtual and observable. They can tap energy directly from Earth's core. They can travel faster and slower than light. Establish standing waves. That's just like a tsunami. That's a standing wave. Or they can create that in the ionosphere. So what are we looking at? It's all man-made. Much of it is. Over and out. God bless you.